I get a lot of people asking me questions on doing quotes, sending estimates to clients, how do you price things, do you have a system, is there some sort of software? I've been doing it for a few years. I price things off of previous jobs and the averages from previous jobs that I've done recently. So I'll show y'all one right now. So this guy, we've been emailing back and forth. He wants to do a little ADU structure in the backyard of the main residence where we got first level living area, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, living, kitchen, small garage, and then upstairs he just wants to leave it completely unfinished. But we got 25 by 50. Yeah, first thing I do is get the square footage, 25 by 50, so we know our foundation is 1,250 square feet. So then I immediately in my head start thinking of previous jobs I've done recently that are either detached garages, smaller houses, ADU structure, just something similar to this size that I can kind of refer back to. And I immediately think of one that we got done with 2 or 3 months ago. This was a 22 by 22 garage with the finished upstairs, very similar to what this new client wants. And then every job, we do a pretty good job of tracking every cost that goes in and out. And why do we do that? For one, accounting, but two, when you have to refer back to something and you're doing estimates, you can pretty quickly look back and say, what did I pay per square foot for framing materials? I spent $14,000 on framing, everything's listed. So I take that square footage and compare it to what the square footage is on what this client wants, and then that'll give me a good starting point. And then after that, I can pretty quickly spit out numbers and allowances for everything based on the square footage. When you're first starting out, I would definitely recommend getting hard plans, getting hard estimates from vendors and subcontractors. But after you've done it for a minute and you got some previous jobs to refer back to, you can spit out quotes like this pretty quickly, and I'll be able to sit down and send this guy a quote in probably 20-30 minutes and email it back to him. When you get 10-15 leads per week and you have to kind of spit them out, this is the method that I found is most productive without spending 2 weeks on one estimate trying to track down every little detail and every little selection. But I let them know when I send it that this is a rough estimate based on what you've sent me so far, and that if you'd like to proceed, we're going to meet again and kind of narrow down selections and narrow down price and kind of refine that budget a little bit after I know all those details.